of our core packet for Chapter 8, which is titled Polygons and Circles. For day 1, we're going to be constructing triangle centers. You will need a construction tool, so you should all have your safety-based compass. Question number 1 says, as you work through each construction with your team, remember that when doing geometric constructions, you cannot use the markings on a ruler or a protractor to determine equal measures. For part A, they want us to construct an equilateral triangle, and we're going to call it ABC, using AB as one side. Then construct the midpoint of BC and label it M. Construct AM, which is going to be called a median of triangle ABC because it connects a vertex of the triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side. Okay? So I'm going to show you on a separate piece of paper how that's done. Basically, for A, you have a segment that looks like this. On one end, it's labeled A. On the other end, it's labeled B. You're going to put your metal hole on A, and then you're going to adjust your compass till point B shows through that little metal hole. You're going to write down the number that shows through it. You should all have roughly 46 millimeters. Is there anyone who got something different than 46? Maybe you got 47 or 45, but you should be very close to 46, yes? 45. Okay. So you're going to go ahead and from point A, you're going to make a circle, well, my pencil's not sharp enough. You're going to go ahead and make that arc going up above your circle, just like that, with that same measurement, so that it comes right through B all the way up to the top. Then you're going to switch your metal hole to B, and you're going to make the same arc so that they intersect up above A and B. Since they have the same measurement, that means we can make an equilateral triangle. So you're going to connect A to that point up above. We're going to call that point C. Then we're going to connect B to C. And that's going to give us an equilateral triangle. That's the first part of the construction. The second part of the construction is they want us to find the midpoint of side BC. Okay? So we bisected a segment the other day. It works the same way. So you're going to put your middle hole at B, and you're going to find a point that's more than halfway, but less than the full way. I'm going to use 44 and make a semicircle and write down the number that I used. I'm using 44. You can use something close to that if you like. Then you're going to switch to the other end point, and you're going to use the same measurement. And you're going to make another semicircle, label it with the same measurement. These two numbers should be the same. And they create almost something that looks like a fish. Sort of like a fish. Then we're going to connect straight through those 2 points over to A. You can go all the way if you want. And that makes a midpoint right here. Draw an arrow going to it and label it midpoint, which means it also bisects this side. So we can make a tick mark here and a tick mark here. So for part B, it says construct an altitude or height of triangle MJR. How is an altitude different from a median? And are they ever the same segment? So the first thing I want you to do is to write down these two statements over to the side, and then we're going to do the construction in just a minute. So the first statement is the altitude is perpendicular to one side and passes through the opposite vertex, and a median connects the midpoint to the opposite vertex. Question C says construct the angle bisector of angle P in triangle PRX. Then construct an altitude of triangle PRX through point P. Mark any geometric properties such as right angles and construct the segments of angles on your diagram. So for D, the directions say to construct an isosceles right triangle. For question number 2, it says in problem 8.1, you constructed several special segments and an isosceles right triangle. What special triangles can you construct? Choose at least 3 of the different triangles below, and if possible, construct them using your construction tools and the techniques you have developed so far. Be prepared to share your strategies and to justify your steps for creating each triangle, or to justify why the triangle could not be constructed. So your choices are an isosceles triangle with side length XY, a triangle with side lengths 3, 4, and 5, and a 30, 60, 90 triangle, or a triangle with side lengths 2, 4, and 6. Okay, so you guys are going to do those.